How does someone become a MotoGP rider? Well, most people don't know this, but there's actually a very simple 3-step method. Step 1. Be under the age of 10 years old and be very good at riding a motorcycle. Step 2. Have incredibly wealthy parents. And now that my entire audience has been ruled out, Step 3. Follow the FIM's Road to MotoGP. The Road to MotoGP is a relatively new initiative set up by the FIM in order to give young and upcoming riding talent a path to MotoGP. And I have to be honest, I think it's pretty cool. It's got a very solid structure to it, and despite its relatively recent implementation, it's already beginning to bear fruit in the top levels of motorcycle racing. But how far down does it go? And how do riders as young as age 10 get prepared to ride on the biggest stage in motorcycle road racing? Well, my name is B, this is the Beehive Paddock, and today we're explaining the FIM's Road to MotoGP. Real quick, if you're enjoying the content, please drop a like, subscribe, and leave a comment to help push this video out into the YouTube algorithm. It really helps, especially on a smaller channel like mine. So, you're 10 years old and you want to break into the world of road racing. Well, let me introduce you to the lowest and newest rung on the Road to MotoGP ladder. MiniGP. MiniGP competitions are nothing new, but the FIM MiniGP World Series, started just 5 seasons ago in 2021, seeks to unify all these different national and regional series under a specific set of regulations to better prepare young riders for the next steps. The MiniGP World Series is not actually a single championship, but rather a network currently consisting of 22 national, regional, and continental MiniGP series all around the globe that use the same regulations. These individual series are set up by their respective federations and can feature 2 official classes, 160cc and 190cc. Both single-make series using ovale bikes and racing on mini-bike or karting-specific circuits. Many nations also choose to have mini-bike championships that feature lower displacement engines. The 160 series is designed for riders aged 10 to 14, and the 190s are designed for riders aged 12 to 16. And currently 13 of the 22 series worldwide support the 190 class. For most riders, this won't be their first foray into racing, but it is the first direct step on the path to MotoGP. In addition to the individual series, the FIM hosts a world final in Valencia, where the top riders from each series compete to crown an official world champion. The top 2 riders from each 160 series and top 3 from each of the 13 190 series qualify for the World Series final. The 160 final winner is given a guaranteed ride in the 190 class and a pre-qualification for the world final the following year. And if a 190 champion is not old enough to move up to the next step on the ladder, they are given the same. But what is that next step? Well, after competing in MiniGP, the riders will go to one of the various talent cups around the world. Talent cups are regional one-make series designed to be the next step on the road to MotoGP. Riders are put on full-length circuits and full-size bikes to closer emulate a real racing experience. There are currently a variety of talent cups for different countries and regions worldwide. Many of them feature slightly different rules and regulations, but all of them are trying to emulate Moto3 competition in some way. Let's run through the major talent cups real quick. The first talent cup to be established was the Asian Talent Cup, formed in 2014 for riders aged 14 to 17. All riding Honda NSF 250R Moto3 machines and designed to bolster young talent from across Asia and Oceania. As the oldest talent cup, it has borne the most fruit, with 2 ATC graduates currently in MotoGP, 2024 Moto2 World Champion Ayagura and former Moto2 Grand Prix winner Somkiat Chantra. Established in 2018, the British Talent Cup was the next major talent cup to appear. Riders are also aged 14 to 17 and are also aboard Hondas. The series seeks to promote riding talent from the British Isles, and follows the British Superbike Championship as a support class throughout the year, and also makes an appearance at the MotoGP British Grand Prix. First run in 2020, the Northern Talent Cup is up next. Same regulations as the other ones so far, for ages and bikes, but this time with a focus on talent from Northern Europe. The other new series this year is the Moto America Talent Cup. There was a North American Talent Cup which preceded this one, but the change was made this year to conform more to international standards. So of course, just like all the other ones, they support riders aged 14 to 21 and ride the purpose-built Kramer APX 350 MA. What the hell, America? Moto America does lay in sort of a gray area though. There are many series around the world which use the term Talent Cup, but aren't officially acknowledged by the FIM as being a part of the road to MotoGP. These are still valuable tools for young riders around the globe though, and they include the India Talent Cup, Thailand Talent Cup, and ESPK Talent Cup, just to name some. The Moto America Talent Cup differs from these in that it has been officially acknowledged and referred to as part of the road to MotoGP by both Moto America and MotoGP themselves. However, it fails to receive the same treatment on MotoGP's official website as other talent cups do, perhaps due to its different regulations and Moto America owning the media rights. Logically, the next step up from these national and regional talent cups would be a global junior Moto3 series, and there are 2 of these. JuniorGP, and the Red Bull Rookies Cup. Let's start with JuniorGP, because rather than being a single championship and following another series around as a support class, it is its own series, consisting of 4 championships, having evolved from the FIM CEV championships. It features European stock European Moto2, the FIM Junior GP, and the European Talent Cup. Wait, I thought we were done with those. Yes, Junior GP also has its own Talent Cup in the paddock, and it's sort of a bridge between some of the regional Talent Cups and Junior GP or the Red Bull Rookies Cup. While many of the Talent Cups offer tryouts for Red Bull Rookies or Junior GP to their top riders, some also guarantee spots in the European Talent Cup, riding in the same paddock as Junior GP. In fact, top finishing ETC riders are banned from participating in some Talent Cups as a result of this. The ETC supports riders aged 14 to 19, and riders use Honda Moto3 machines. Alright, finally on the world stage, Junior GP and the Red Bull Rookies Cup. Both of these are just one step below the Moto3 World Championship, and riders race on actual MotoGP World Championship circuits for the majority of their seasons. There are a few key differences between these two series though. Let's continue on with Junior GP. Junior GP is the flagship class of, well, Junior GP, which is sort of funny considering there's also Moto2 bikes in the same paddock, but whatever. The name Junior GP is relatively new, and the history is long and somewhat complex. Prior to becoming official FIM series, the CEV championships were already seen as some of the best development series available to riders around the world. In 2012, this became the CEV Moto3 championship, and in 2014, the FIM officially added their seal of approval to make it the Junior Moto3 World Championship. The Junior GP name came about as part of the expanding Road to MotoGP initiative, and because it's catchier than saying FIM CEV Moto3 Junior GP World Championship every time. Due to its age, many of the riders on today's grid came through this series in one of its forms. The biggest difference between this and the Talent Cup level, besides the talent and track selection, is that this is not a single make series. Rather, they simply use the same specs as Moto3 and allow multiple manufacturers to take a shot. Now, the Red Bull Rookies Cup. Established in 2007, it stands alongside Junior GP as a global Moto3 feeder series, and despite not having the FIM branding in its name, it is no less prestigious. For many riders, this is their final step before Grand Prix racing, and there are two main differences between it and Junior GP. The first is that this, like the Talent Cups, is a single make series, although instead of Hondas, the Rookies Cup all use KTM Moto3 machines. The second is venue. Unlike Junior GP, which is the flagship series of its own traveling paddock, the Rookies Cup follows around the MotoGP paddock itself, appearing at some weekends on the calendar, giving riders nothing less than the authentic Grand Prix experience. It should be noted that riders don't have to choose between Junior GP or Red Bull Rookies Cup, with many riders choosing to instead participate in both, either one after the other or even in the same season. In fact, the last 3 champions of both series have won the championship in both series in the same year. After that, it's on to Moto3, then Moto2, and then MotoGP. Of course, I make it sound so simple. That's just the route the FIM wants you to take. There are many different paths to MotoGP through stock bikes or other series, and there's other notable Grand Prix prep classes that just don't call themselves Talent Cups or don't fit into the FIM's vision, and these have produced great riders in the past. In light of this, let's see how many of today's riders actually took the recommended path. Well, of the 22 full-time riders on the grid this year, 21 competed in Moto2, 20 competed in Moto3 or 125cc, and all of them competed in one of the two. Although next year, Toprak Razgatlioglu will break that trend. 10 of these riders competed in the Red Bull Rookies Cup, and 16 competed in Junior GP or its direct predecessors, although several of them competed prior to the FIM era. If we look at the rookies of this year, all 3 of them competed in Talent Cups, with last year's rookie Pedro Acosta having been a wildcard at an ETC round as well. But most of the MotoGP riders are simply too old to really have participated in this system. If we look at riders across MotoGP, Moto2, and Moto3, we can see that the numbers rise drastically. 63% of riders have Red Bull Rookies experience and 74% have Junior GP experience, up from 45 and 36 in MotoGP alone. In fact, there are more riders in Moto2 who have competed in Junior GP than in Moto3. Over half of all riders in the paddock now have experience in a Talent Cup, and if we just look at Moto3, this figure rises to over 80%. To me, this signifies that this system is doing incredibly well, and it will still take more time to see the full fruit of its efforts. In my opinion, the biggest benefit of this system is not providing a more solid structure to rise up to MotoGP, but rather providing opportunities to young riders who are traditionally in areas that don't have great talent development programs. With the addition of a MiniGP and a Talent Cup in your local nation, you could rise up through those ranks and then get noticed by someone in the European Talent Cup, Red Bull Rookies, or JuniorGP paddock. And from there you stand just as good of a chance as anyone. And I think that's really powerful. Of course, even then, there are well over 1,000 riders currently in the Road to MotoGP system, and there are currently only 22 MotoGP seats available. Only the best of the best at each level can make it to the next one, and only those who have borderline superhuman talents will ever even sniff a chance at a MotoGP seat. So if you're that 10-year-old kid with wealthy parents watching this, go steal your parents' credit card, buy an Ovale machine, and get to work. Thank you for watching. And a special thank you to my channel members: MVP2112, Venturian CRO, Sean, Motosapien, B, Jack the World's Fastest Maori, Drew Gibbs, Really Very Bored 1, Carl Ruppersberg, Schmaluten, and Troy the Boy. And new channel member, Money Penny. These are the guys and gals who keep the channel running. If you would like to join them, get a cool B next to your name and a shout out at the end of the video, press the join button down below. While you're here, I wanted to say that most of these series, Red Bull Rookies, JuniorGP, and all the Talent Cups, post their races completely for free on YouTube. Also, the Red Bull Rookies Cup has recently been putting out this documentary called Born Racers, which is utterly fantastic. You should all go watch and support it because it's the exact type of content that we need. Anyway, click on one of the videos if you want to keep watching my stuff, or go to the description and check out any of the series I just mentioned below. They're all linked down there. And no matter what, thanks for watching and have a fantastic day.